quick how to tear down a 20-ton terrain unit. Always power it off first, then you do your visual. If you can hear the belt spin, fine enough, but you can't tell if there's ice on the coil, so I open it up anyhow. Open this door up or unscrew it. The older ones you unscrew. There's a screw in the corner of this lid, not the far corner, but this one. It needs to come out. When the lid is down, that back, point up there, that back lip, we got these screws here. The first, second, and third one have to come out. The third one you can't reach, so you kind of have to rest your belly on the edge, jump up, rest your belly. It hurts for about 2 seconds, but that's all the longer it takes. Pull that screw out of there.
Be careful of the coil when you're jumping up there.
Come around to this side here. You take the 5 screws out to hold the coil in place. Then I come down below and you take the screws off the bottom of the tail guards. They lean up there against like that. They usually have 1 or 2 screws in the bottom. When you put it back together, you always have 2. Take the bottom off all the tail guards, take the bottom screws out of the corner post. Then you stand up and you come back across the top, taking the top screw out of the hail guards. Take a hail guard off, set it on the roof, take the corner posts out. You come back over here, you lift the lid up with both arms. Once you get it in place in the air, you can hold it with one arm while you stick the corner post in under. Now it's real important not to have this corner post on too much of an angle because it'll hold it, but it'll slip out real easy. So you have to have it almost straight up on somewhat of an angle.
This is what happens when it slips out.
Yeah, I guess it hurts from what I hear.
Very bad.
But so that angle is important. As far as tearing it down, then you cut the zip strips on the coil. Now this is a half split coil, it's only split to the bend. Other ones are split the whole way. Just make sure when the zip ties are cut, you can pull the coil out from behind the sheet metal here, but you want to make sure it's still supported on the unit base. If it drops, it'll blow the freon. As far as putting it back together, this one's ready to be put back together, so I'll just do it. I always
hold on just a second. This is where you're bending the coil out from, so you want to be careful not to bend it too much, put too much tension on that copper, split the line. As you can see how far we have it out from the base, right here. It's probably 6 inches, 8 inches. Same with there, just wide enough to get your arm in.
Some hail guards have an edge over here that can be screwed. I don't recommend doing that. If it's a hail guard that can be screwed, there's like 3 different styles. Support it from the top and the bottom, but never up the side on those hail guards. This is the same thing. Even a short screw, I tried it, even a short screw can go right in and touch the copper coil. A little bit longer screw will blow a hole in it. So.
We've bent a lot of coils this week and we haven't popped one, so it's definitely doable.
When you're putting it back together, I always start on this side of the coil. You run 2 zip ties to hold the coil back together. Put the coil back in place. Don't raunch on it too hard, because if you go past the holes, then it's a big pain in the butt. So if you put your leg against it, just go slow and make sure you line it up the first time. It'll save you time.
Notice he didn't bend the coil. He put it back in. We've been tearing these down. There's been a lot of palm, knee, and leg marks that have been coming out.
You can lift the lid up, take the corner post out. Now this over here, it's kind of a sometimes pain in the butt. This one's not going to be. But anyhow, there's a couple ways you can manipulate the lid. You can push back on the front to get it to set down. A lot of times there'll be a screw in here that you didn't have to take out to lift it. You take that out, bang on the top. Sometimes that doesn't work. A few times this week I had to jump up on top and you just start stepping on this and getting the thing set back down.
Step from the back to the edge. From the middle.
I don't put that center screw back in. I just do the first two.
Is there a specific screw for this, or does it not matter?
You've got short screws. You can use the short screws for that and the coil. Don't use a long screw on the coil. Even with the short screw, I always go straight in. Don't ever, if you're standing off to the side, don't run it in on an angle. You never know. Put your corner post back in. The corner post is supposed to be held in with those short screws, but as these units are getting older, the short screws don't grab it too well, so you might have to run some thicker self-tappers in.
So in other words, keep some screws on.
Alright, then these hail guards. Like I said, this is about the easiest type here. It's aluminum. They've got a type like this, it's steel, 3-piece, and then they got another type that you got 1 piece here, and then the whole front is 1 piece. That's not very fun. Might have to have 2 guys